Utah owl survives cement mixer plunge, gets a second chance at the skies. From concrete to clouds, this owl reminds us that even in a world of hardened hearts, grace can still find a way to soar.
Sudanese blockade starves over 20 children to death in 1 month, yet leaders talk peace. When blockades become the language of diplomacy, it's the innocents who pay the ultimate price in silence.
ICE detains double amputee Rodney Taylor. His health worsens while they promise humane conditions. When government agencies play doctor, they seem to have skipped the class on empathy and human decency.
Trump meets Mamdani for friendly chat despite global chaos. Like two foxes discussing henhouse renovations while the rest of the world fights off grizzly bears and forced displacements.
De La Soul drops Cruel Summers, igniting nostalgia, but only manages to warm up last summer's leftovers. When hip-hop legends try to summon fire, sometimes they just end up with a sparkler in a rainstorm.
It's like a scientific relay race, where the US drops the baton and Canada tries to pick it up with maple syrup-covered gloves.
EU invests billions in digital infrastructure, but it's mostly spent on endless meetings. While the US and China race ahead with tech innovation, the EU is stuck in a conference room debating font sizes for their next report.
Robert Plant resurrects Gallows Pole in a British Ghana twist, but forgets to resurrect Led Zeppelin's magic. When you mix nostalgia with a new genre, sometimes you just end up with a lukewarm cup of yesterday's tea.
Education Ministry reclassifies nursing as non-professional, claims it's just advanced babysitting. Apparently, years of rigorous training and life-saving skills now rank somewhere between holding a thermometer and fluffing pillows.
Grafton accuses unknown world's founder of racism and sexism during Subnautica 2 trial, yet dodges compensation claims. When accusations fly like confetti in a courtroom, it's often to distract from a golden parachute someone forgot to pack.
Will Forte and Weird Al Yankovic cover Pink Pony Club, unleash pop parody mayhem. It's like a neon unicorn stampedes through a karaoke bar.
Moody's upgrades Italy's rating after 23 years and calls it a renaissance. Italy's financial facelift is like finding an old leather jacket in the attic. Cool again, but still smells like history and espresso.
Amundi's CIO warns of NVIDIA hype that praises its AI sweet spot. When the hype train hits a sweet spot, it's only a matter of time before the tracks get crowded and the wheels start squeaking.
When making music's a battle of JavaScript and browser updates, it's clear the real hits the tech roadblocks, not the tunes.
When your recording studio is a laptop and hope, it's clear the music business is just a broken record of exploitation.
presidential candidates eye 2028, then pretend it's about the people. As ambition masquerades as public service, the only surprising thing about this revelation is that anyone still bothers to feign surprise.
Only 30% of Europeans trust their governments, and the leaders call it democratic progress. When democracy starts to resemble a bad sequel, maybe it's time to rewrite the script and fire the directors.
When your career becomes a courtroom drama, maybe it's time to stop rehearsing your lines and start living your truth.
In a world where celebrity is currency, the grandson of Camelot is busy minting a new coin, charisma wrapped in social media's warm, algorithmic embrace.
Only 20% of bands write songs about dying alone, and System of Revival calls it alternative. When your music feels like a funeral dirge, maybe it's time to take a page from The Cure and cheer up with some eyeliner.
OpenAI's growth pushes stock analysts to private markets, and Wall Street calls it innovation. When AI makes the rules, Wall Street analysts become archaeologists, digging through private markets like they're panning for gold in a digital rush.
Paul Stanley admits Kiss rarities not age appropriate, then sells them anyway. When your band's makeup outlasts your music's maturity, it might be time to trade the platform boots for some sensible loafers.
Germany returns 12 artifacts to Ethiopia, calls it reconciliation. After a century in exile, Ethiopia's cultural treasures come home, proving that sometimes history is just a very long game of lost and found.
Only 1% of the world's population will own 70% of private jets by 2035, and they call it progress. For the 1%, the sky isn't the limit, it's the playground. Meanwhile, the rest of us are left grounding our climate hopes.
ICE recruits fail drug tests and requirements, still hired anyway. When your immigration enforcers have resumes that read like a rap sheet, it's not law and order. It's a reality show casting call gone rogue.
Noah Cyrus survives surgery by oxygen machine. 5 years later shares details. When your tonsils turn into a near-death experience, it's a reminder that even pop stars need a backup plan, like breathing.
Only 42% of men bounce back from a mortifying bed flop, and the rest just hope their partners forget. Turns out, the real challenge is not the act itself, but the courage to laugh it off and try again without a performance review.
US Ambassador mimics Trump's tone, shocks Canada. When diplomacy turns into a reality show rerun, even the politest neighbors might start building walls, not to keep people out, but to block out the noise.
Nikkei searches on Nvidia's forecast riding AI hype. When a stock market rebounds because a chip maker whispers sweet earnings, it's a reminder that sometimes the economy's biggest driver is just a silicon siren song.
Kate McKinnon ditches Hollywood for a homestead and trades red carpets for redwoods in search of sanity and soil. Turns out, the real escape from celebrity is not a reality show, but a reality check, preferably in flannel and far from paparazzi.
When a shareholder advisory firm throws its weight behind a mining merger, it's like putting a bow tie on a bulldozer. Expect a rock-solid union of corporate interests where the only thing getting extracted is shareholder value.
Mecco releases Balmitcha Kos in hardcore style. Cheese remains unshredded. In a world where music genres are as chaotic as a mosh pit, Milk delivers a hardcore anthem to dairy. It's like headbanging your way through a cheese factory, and Gouda never knew it could be so intense.
Wall Street reverses. European stocks set to drop because when the US sneezes, Europe catches a cold. Global finance, a dysfunctional game of dominoes where everyone acts surprised when they all topple over.
Viktor Orban backs US-Ukraine proposal, aims to derail aid to Kiev. In a plot twist worthy of a spy novel, Orban plays the double agent, cozying up to the US while undermining Ukraine. It's like he's auditioning for a role in the next political thriller, but the casualties aren't just fictional.
FBI spied on signal chat of immigration activists because privacy is just a suggestion. When the feds crash your group chat, you know Big Brother's watching, and he's not even pretending to knock first.
Fidelity Investments reports record 400 in billionaires, but affordability challenges still plague most Americans. While the rich watch their retirement accounts swell like a bloated tick, the average worker is stuck choosing between a 401k and a KFC combo meal. Retirement shouldn't be a luxury item.
US indicts tech company CTO for illegal NVIDIA chip exports to China, proving crime pays just not in yuan. When your chips are down, the courtroom becomes the ultimate gaming arena, and someone's bound to get a game over.
Only 11% of lead roles in Hollywood go to black actors, and executives call it progress. In a world where diversity means a token on the screen, Hollywood pats itself on the back while ignoring the sea of untapped talent. Representation shouldn't be a PR stunt.
Jeffrey Epstein's estate pays out millions to victims, while conspiracies still swirl like a toxic cocktail. Justice served with a side of secrets where the rich buy silence and truth gets buried under gilded whispers. Who needs a courtroom when you've got a checkbook?
Arden Cho admits hating her Asian appearance while starring in K-pop Demon Hunters, a tale of demons and misplaced identity. When self-acceptance takes a back seat to demon hunting, maybe it's time to slay societal expectations instead.
Ticketmaster sells out Megadeth tribute at Woodstock 99. Insists the chaos was part of the act. Apparently, nothing says peace and love like thrash metal and a fiery mosh pit. Who knew headbanging could be a historical reenactment?
Universities axe foreign language degrees, claiming society now prefers emojis over eloquence. Apparently, societal shift is code for we'd rather teach coding than conjugation. Who needs to say bonjour when you can just send a smiley face?
Drone technology revolutionizes whale research, making ocean giants easier to track than Eurex's Instagram. When drones become the new whale whisperers, maybe it's time to let the sea spill the tea instead of oil.
Republika Srpska schedules election for November 23 because democracy works best when it's a surprise party. With Ana Trosic-Babik as the interim president, expect Republika Srpska's politics to be as predictable as a cat deciding where to nap.
Fitzwilliams hints at rate cuts, Treasury's rally like it's Black Friday for bonds. When central bankers make it rain, the only umbrellas allowed are made of pure speculation and reinforced with wishful thinking.
NTSB blames one loose wire for Baltimore Bridge crash, because apparently chaos theory now includes shipping logistics. The Dali's blackout-induced crash is a stark reminder that when it comes to infrastructure, even a single wire can play Jenga with destiny. After pledging to lead AI regulation, the EU hits pause, proving that even bureaucracy needs a nap sometimes. The EU's pause on AI regulation is like telling a toddler to wait before touching the cookie jar. Good luck with that when tech giants are already diving in headfirst.
Teenager Olivia Rue at 7'9" scores first point. Florida crushes Merrimack. When you're the height of a small giraffe, scoring a basket is less a victory and more a gravitational inevitability.
New evidence shows diazepatide and semaglutide strongly protect the heart, because who needs kale when you have cutting-edge pharmaceuticals? These diabetes drugs are doing more for your heart than a decade of kale smoothies ever promised. Take that, overpriced health trends.
Physicists unveil electron pinball state, claim its progress. When electrons start playing pinball, you know the universe is either getting more interesting or just plain bored with us.